All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Much peace and blessings to all you sensor Akim out there that's pushing this 100% truth with all sincerity, faith, and with charity. This is your brother Ash from the Great Millstone, Miami Camp, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash. And you know, this is a live stream, which I haven't live streamed in a while. So, Lord willing, you know, I won't make too much mistakes, but bear with me if I do. Okay, but this lesson is going to be on how the Lord is judging Amalek. Okay, the whole nation of Edom, but specifically the tribe of Amalek, which are those people over there. Okay, in the Middle East claiming to be us that have done much wickedness throughout the earth, especially in these last days. Okay. And they're being judged for it. This is the beginning of their judgment. Okay. And basically centered around this attack that you have. Okay. You had see the death toll. Well, basically they said it was about 700. All right, there's a death toll. Which you had Hamas, which is an a Muslim. Let's get the definition of Hamas. Okay, this is the military group that sent those rockets over there on upon the land of Israel. Okay, which when you look up Hamas, this is an article from New York Times, right? Basically, Hamas is, for brothers that may not know, okay, the Hamas militant movement launched one of the largest assaults on Israel in decades on Saturday, killing hundreds of people, kidnapping soldiers and civilians, and leading Israel to declare war. The largest of the armed Islamist groups in the Palestinian territory, Hamas, governs the Gaza Strip, home to 2 million people. Okay, so Hamas is not the official military of Palestine, of the land of the state of Palestine. Okay, just to put that out there, so brothers won't be confused about it. This Hamas is its own military group, so a Muslim military group. Which, if you get into it, it says, "What is Hamas?" Hamas was founded in 1987 by Sheikh Ahmed Yassin, who was active in the Muslim Brotherhood during the first Palestinian uprising against the Israeli military control of the West Bank and Gaza. Okay, Hamas has since been responsible for suicide attacks against Israeli civilians and the kidnapping and killing of Israeli soldiers, which they won't tell you. Okay, and it says the U.S. deemed it a terrorist group. Okay, but Hamas is also the governing power in the Gaza Strip. Now, uh, of course, they're not going to speak about what's fueling Hamas to do what they do. Okay, but reading on, it says, unlike the Palestine Liberation Organization, which is the official title of the state of Palestine. Okay, Palestine, the state of Palestine, right? Which Palestine is really the land of Israel. Okay, the true land. All right, which we're going to get into how neither one of these groups belong in that land. Okay, they're fighting over something that belongs to neither one of them. According to the Holy Scriptures, this land belongs to the true people, the true nation of Israel, which is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, and the true people won't return back to that land until Okay, Yahweh Shai, the one the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, returns and set them in that land. And we're gonna prove all of this with the scriptures. Okay, but it says the state of Palestine is a state located in the southern Levant region of West Asia, officially governed by the Palestinian Liberation Organization. Okay, so just wanted to start by saying that. Okay, just so brothers would have some knowledge on who these parties are. Okay, so with that being said, I want to what was so interesting to me was really fueling me to do this lesson is was so spiritual. You had Saturday which is when these attacks took place. Okay, which I was getting the death toll right. It says Israel Hamas war death toll nears 1,300, and I believe at least half of those are Amalekites. Okay, because this is 5 hours ago. It says 560 Palestinians killed. So the rest are Amalekites. So it's more Amalekites getting put to death right now in this thing, and we're going to see what this is going to turn out to. But according to the Holy Scriptures, these are all things that we would see prior to or just prior to the Messiah returning. Okay, and as we're going to get when the true people are in the true Holy Land, there will be no war anymore. And it's funny because right here this past Saturday, we had a 1948er come up to the camp, which he said he was non-practicing, and those Amalekites, they traced their lineage to so-called call themselves tracing their lineage to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob through their mother, which is totally foolish. That doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, but because according to the scriptures, the true Israelites declared their lineages, their pedigrees from the house of their fathers, and it didn't matter. It doesn't matter where your mother comes from or what nation she is, because you are who your father is. That's for all nations. Okay, you plant an apple seed, you get an apple tree, no matter where you plant it in the earth. Okay, so just like a man seed, wherever he plants it, any woman, it doesn't matter what that woman comes from. The spirit inside of that child will be that of its father. Okay, and we was telling that to this guy, and he understood that part. So he said he was not practicing. So chances are he's not even an Amalekite. But just like Drake, okay, his father's a Judite, but he uh he claims he's Jewish, right? But we know he's a true Israelite. So you got a lot of people over there in the land over there. A lot of them are Israelites, some of them, but the majority of them are not. And we're going to prove it. We're telling this guy that, all right, and the proof of that is because there will be no war. According to the scriptures, according to biblical prophecy, once the true people return to that land, there will be no more war. And we were telling this guy that, and the spirit's so cold, I didn't even know that Israel had just been attacked, just been bombed in one of the worst ways that they've been bombed by Hamas. This same day, earlier that day, before we were started camp, and then they declared war sometime as we were speaking, and I was totally oblivious to all of that. But let me play this clip. Lord willing, the sound will play. If not, then it's all right, you know. But maybe I could play it off my phone, and you brothers can hear it. But let's see. Imagine going back 5,000 years. You know, think of your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents. Okay. All right, it's working. Cool. Call on Yabashmal Shai. I can hear the sound. Okay. But I'm gonna replay it. Let me see. Let's see what. You know, think of your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents. Right, which your spirit comes from your father. All right, the different nations have their own spirit, their own characteristics. Okay, once you become discerned in the spirit, you can not only discern who's an Israelite or who's an Edomite, but you could discern the other nations too. The nation of Moab, they have their own spirit, a very docile, robot type spirit. Okay, these Ishmaelites, they have their own spirit. The scriptures say Ishmael will be a wild man. Yeshamai Allah, he's heard of the power. You can discern, and you can discern these Amalekites too, cause they super demonic, man. The regular average Amalekite and versus the average Edomite, the average Amalekite made the average Edomite look somewhat okay, because these Amalekites, they're super demonic, man. They're the ones pushing all the evil on the earth. They profit off of it and they spread it, okay? Because they're the chief tribe of the nation of Edom. The nation of Edom being the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan on the earth. Just like you have the nation of Israel and Judah being the head tribe, that's the tribe Yahushua came from. That's the tribe King David came from. The different kings of of the tribes. You have the nation of the scriptures say all things are two and two, one against another. So you have the nation of Esau, Edom, and they have their chief tribe, which is um the tribe of Amalek, which are these 1948ers. Okay, the people claiming to be us. But let's keep playing. So read this last part, and this is going to prove, this is the nail in the coffin, that those people over there in Israel, the majority of them, some of them are, but the majority of them can be the true Israelites. Okay, this is the nail in the coffin right here, which the brother's reading. You're going to read it.
Isaiah chapter 2, verse 4, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
The same night that the Balfour Declaration supposedly had got instituted, there was bombing. Yep. But the Arab Palestinians or the Arabs that accept these. Right, but get what I'm trying to say. When the true government is
right, which he said that the Palestinians didn't accept the those 1948ers, right? Which there's a famous quote that we always love to bring out. Okay. That this ex-president of Egypt, the nation of Egypt, right? Let's see if it pops up. Okay, Esau trying to suppress this because this would have came up easier years ago. Nasir, I believe his name. No peace in Middle East. Oat. Yeah, and it's still making it hard to find. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. This is a quote from ex-president of Egypt. They have his name Nasir. Okay, Gamal Abdel Nasir, which is named Gamal. That's Hebrew. Okay, that's your Ga, right? Camel. But anyways, it says when he was asked about peace in the Middle East, the late president of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, stated, "The Jews will never be able to live here in peace because they left here black but came back white." You see that? And this is the ex-president of Egypt, a credible source, if you'd ask me, right? And he said there can be no peace in the Middle East because those people over there that's what he said, basically. Those people over there claiming to be the holy people are not. That's why they didn't accept you, because you're not acceptable. You're the devil. You're Esau Edom. Okay, and the scriptures said that you would do what you're doing right now. Okay.
No more war. When those individuals obtain the land or continue. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's deductive reasoning.
We don't even talk about Israel. Let's talk about the whole bloody world in that sense. There shouldn't be any war because it should be peace. It should live together. There should be more social justice, more opportunities,
Yes, that's why the true
less financial barriers.
right. That's why the true. That's what Israelites. There's gonna be no problem. No poverty. No famine. It's gonna be peace. It's gonna
It's like John Lennon's song, Imagine.
right. That's the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
It's gonna come true. You're not just imagining these things. Our faith, yes, you're right. We don't see it yet because our faith tells us it's going to happen. All right, that was that on that faith. So you can't say that don't make sense.
No, but I'm.
Right? See, I told him you can't say that what we're saying doesn't make sense. Like I told him, it's deductive reasoning. 1 + 1 = 2. If the scriptures say that when the true people get in the land, there'll be no war, and like the Bishop Shamar said, soon as the Balfour Declaration was signed, okay, as soon as those gutter rats got over there, the same day they were bombed. Okay, I forget what they called I think they call it the 6-Day War. I could be wrong. Let me see. Bombing, same day of formation of, let's see. See, now they just, okay. It's being flooded with the news of what's happening right now. But basically when you go into the history, the same day those the state of Israel was formed, they had a attack. Never mind then. It's because it's too much of what's going on right now flooding it. But let's keep playing.
We're not arguing on that.
All right, cool.
Peace, love, when people, tolerance, respect, learning from different cultures.
No.
That's right.
One people above all.
We're all the same.
No. The Israelites are the Israelites. They're above all nations.
You see that? So that's pretty much it. But this was 10/7, right? Saturday. And this is the timeline of surprise rocket attacks by Hamas on Israel, right? Is this the same day, which they're calling it their 9/11. And this happened during the wrapping up of their so-called Feast of Tabernacles. Right? So it was a surprise attack by Hamas. And this is all according to the doing of the Lord. The Lord is stirring up these different nations against Esau, Edom against Amalek. Okay. And it was also the 50th anniversary, okay, of the 1973 Yom Kippur War that pitted Israel against Egypt and Syria. So this was a significant day, a significant time. All right. Showing you this is all spiritual, what's going on. This is the Lord stirring these nations against one another. And ultimately, this is going to lead to World War III, as prophesied in the scriptures, which was going to culminate in America, the so-called United States of America, which according to the scriptures is Babylon the Great, the horde which sitteth upon many waters, as well as the fake state of Israel being totally nuked. Okay. We know Babylon the Great is going to get totally nuked from sea to shining sea and never be built back up. And there's going to be different nuclear missiles being shot throughout the earth. And Israel got a few with his name on it because the Most High is going to cleanse that land before his people get back in it. All right. That's the difference. America is never going to be built up again. It's going to be a memorial of what not to do or what not to be. But our land, the Holy Land, is going to get rebuilt. And then we're going to inhabit it once and for all. Okay. But here you go. It says a barrage of rockets, October 7th, 6:30 a.m. So that was this morning, this same Saturday, the morning, that same day, they were attacked. Okay, and that's I didn't even know. So that's so spiritual, and this is supposedly the worst attack they've had yet. Okay, but also yesterday I was riding through because this is also spilling over to America. I got a couple clips, okay, and this is from the local news down here, South Florida. You got the protesters clashing out here between Israeli, Amalekite protesters and sympathizers, as well as Palestinian supporters.
Dueling demonstrations
Play a little clip.
drew large crowds to Fort Lauderdale. At one point, supporters on each side of the conflict, they clashed there in the streets. Local 10's Terrell Fournay is live with
It's cool ass nigga.
that part of our team coverage tonight. Terrell.
And this is the general area where those rallies were held. This is near Sunrise Boulevard and US 1. We know that those rallies have since wrapped up for the night. But on one side, you had a Defend Israel protest. On the other side, a protest, a pro-Palestinian protest. And police actually had to.
But yeah, like I was saying, I was riding through this one area down here in Aventura, and I can see these Amalekites are scared, man. They walk in with one eye, behind their back, so to speak. Okay, these different synagogues, they got police parked outside, and we're going to show you. We're going to show, okay. But this is all more proof that they're not the real people. Okay.
Intervene when both of these groups clashed. A pro-Israel.
You see this? Good versus evil, Israel versus Hamas, freedom versus terror. Which is this? This is not a fight between good versus evil. This is a fight of evil versus evil. Okay, because both sides are evil. Because both sides are heathens, and the Most High is not with both sides. This is just Satan divided against Satan. Okay. And they say Yashar Allah. You're not the real Yashar Allah. Okay. You're Amalek.
Israel rally brought out dozens of supporters who lined East Sunrise Boulevard.
As Americans, we stand united with the people of Israel.
And just as that movement was hitting a peak, a separate pro-Palestinian demonstration formed just 2 blocks away. Some of the members of each group clashed in a heated and violent street-side showdown. Officers already on standby rushed in with riot gear, shutting down traffic while attempting to ease frustrations.
We came out with our flag, with our banner. They used to be behind here for Palestine. They came across from all the way over there from the tourist bank, 2 blocks down the street, to punch us, to spit at us, to yell at us.
You kind of sound Mexican. I don't really know. This could be a Asian provocateur, but let's keep playing.
From here, the group marched with signs and flags of solidarity with the Palestinian people amid an all-out war in Israel. Solidarity with the Palestinian.
One sign, look, this is their sign. Israel guilty of ethnic cleansing, genocide, apartheid. Okay, and that's true. All of that is true. When you go into what's really going on, that's true. Okay, and it's not just Amalek; it's the nation of Edom. They go around the world doing this. That's what the scriptures. What did Yahweh Shai say? The thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. That's talking about Esau. That's what he does. That's his history. That's his track record. That's what he's been doing since Cain. Okay, and these people ain't innocent either, because all nations had a part of the downfall of the true nation of Israel. You can read about that in Psalms 83. But what's going on right now, the Most High is causing them to fight against one another. Okay, which we're gonna get the scriptures. I just want to play. I'm quoting the scriptures, and then we're gonna get the scriptures. I just want to get these clips out.
Marched with signs and flags of solidarity with the Palestinian people amid an all-out war in Israel.
We know hate when we see it.
And you got this dude right here, Jonathan Greenblatt, which is the head of the Anti-Defamation League. And this is a pure devil right here. Okay. And the Most High is gonna get this dude too.
And Hamas is a hate group.
Hamas-led militants fired dozens of rockets over the weekend, killing hundreds of Israelis in a surprise attack. Many more people now fear for their own lives, like Mayan Derhi, who moved from Miami to Israel just last year.
Well, you see, the Most High is getting these gutter rats. Yeah, this one woman, look, talking about how she was on the phone with her son, and her son got kidnapped, and she could hear on the phone.
Door, break in the house.
You got videos, a lot of these Amalekites getting hauled, tied, and carted up, getting thrown in trucks and drove away to who knows where and done what with them. But that's the judgments of the Lord, okay? Because you people ain't supposed to be over there.
My youngest saying, "Don't take me, I'm too young." He's only 12. That was the last time I heard from them.
Woo! Okay, check this one out. All right, you see the title. Step up security in South Florida, right?
Seeing increased security at local synagogues despite the Department of Homeland Security saying.
And I drove through these areas. They look scared, man. They look scared. They look on edge. They look tense. Because as the scriptures say, the wicked flee when no man pursueth. So they you know, and it's going to show you. Just listen to this clip.
That there is no specific threat to the U.S.
Local 10's Trent
Kelly. See, there's no specific threat to the U.S. yet. The Department of Homeland Security is urging all local police departments to patrol and secure these different synagogues. Yet there's no credible threat. Right? So they taking caution, right? But let's say if this situation was reversed, would the Department of Homeland Security be urging local police departments to secure the mosques? Hell no. Showing you Amalek is the one with the power right now. Okay? And they're being taken out. As the scriptures say, look at Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Ellie continues our team coverage with more details on these added protections. Trent.
Yeah, Andrew, Alex, news of this attack yesterday coming as a shock to so many members of South Florida's Jewish community. While many local police departments here in South Florida stress there are no credible threats to any local landmarks or synagogues, many, including the one here behind me, they are leaving nothing to chance, and they're now stepping up their own security.
We have gone through many moments, dark moments in the Jewish history.
Armed security and police patrols patting down congregants outside South Florida synagogues this morning. It comes after Saturday's deadly and unprecedented attack in Israel, carried out by Palestinian militants.
Today was a tragic day. Today was one of the darkest days, I will say, on Israel's history and the Jewish people.
See that? So they being brought low. Man said this is one of their darkest days. And they ain't seen nothing yet. The Most High just getting started with these devils. Okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 16. All right, I'm gonna start at 14. Okay, and Yahweh said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Yahweh Nasayah, for he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Okay, so the Most High hates you devils, the tribe of Amalek, and he's making war against them. This is the Lord making war against the nation of Amalek. He used other nations to judge other nations. Okay,
attack
unfolding. It's like he used the nations to judge us. He using the other nations to judge E.
As many marked the Jewish holiday of Simchat Torah. South Florida synagogue members coming together to show unity. The holiday celebration coming with stepped-up security measures. In a statement, Miami-Dade police say they're not aware of any threats, but will still have an increased presence at mosques and synagogues due to the recent attack. Writing, quote,
right, they said they'd be going to be outside the mosque as well, but they ain't showing no clips of them outside the mosque.
As always, we remind our residents to remain vigilant. Miami Beach police sharing a similar sentiment, adding increased police patrols near all synagogues, writing, quote, "This is a proactive measure to ensure the safety and security of everyone." Those heightened measures noticed at Young Israel of Bal Harbor Synagogue.
Look, they got police out there with assault rifles protecting the synagogue, yet there's no credible threats.
Where one armed officer was stationed outside, members patted down before entering.
And today is a dark day, but I have hope. I know that we will triumph. I know that peace eventually will happen. I know.
No. What does the scripture say? Isaiah 57:21. There is no peace, saith my God, to the wicked. So, no, there will be no peace. Okay? Not for you and your people. All right? Because the Most High said he's going to put out the remembrance of Amalek on the earth. All right?
No, Israel will be safe again.
No, it won't. Because ultimately,
many other large cities.
Hold on. Let's play this real quick.
Across the country also enacting similar measures outside their synagogue.
So in many other cities across Babylon, they're doing the same thing. The Department of Homeland Security is having these lower police departments patrol these synagogues. Okay, why, if you're the true people, why do you need that? Okay.
Synagogues after the Department of Homeland Security urged local police to be vigilant and be ready. But again, no credible threats of any threats here in the South Florida area.
So you see, this is a good time for Esau to come with that persecution, okay, and demonization. So we're going to see what this is all going to turn out to. So with that, let's get into these scriptures. Okay, I have this is wanted to bring out. This is Zechariah chapter 9:6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. Okay, now when you go into Ashdod, okay, let's search Ashdod, city in Israel, right? Because Ashdod is the 6th largest city in Israel. Okay, now when you actually let's get back. What were we? Okay, when you go into the NIV or the NLT, what does it say? Foreigners will occupy the city of Ashdod. Meaning what? Heathen. This is a future prophecy, which it was future from when Zechariah said this, but it applied to today. Talking about those people, the inhabitants of the land of Israel are foreigners. They're not the true people. Okay, and in the same verse, it says that he will also destroy the pride of the Philistines. Now, when you go into the word Philistine, when you actually go into the word Palestine, where does the word Palestine comes from? It comes, all right, which Palestine, that's the true land. That's the Holy Land, right? But the word itself, Palestine, the word Palestine derives from Philistia, the name given by Greek writers to the land of the Philistines. So Palestine goes back to Philistine, okay, which were originally Hamites that dwelt in the Holy Land, along with the Canaanites. The Holy Land was also called Canaan. Why? Because that's where the Canaanites dwelt. All right, that's where the Canaanites dwelt. That's where Philistines dwelt. And the Hamites, the Tyrian Zidon, which that's where we're gonna get these scriptures. Okay, but just like those Amalekites are over there claiming to be us, you have Ishmaelites over there claiming to be Palestine, and they're not even Palestine. They're not even the Philistines. Philistines are Hamitic people, okay, And they're down in Africa, right? They got pushed out of there. Just like we got pushed out, they got pushed out. And the Lord is referring to those that's living in the land of in that land today. Okay. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3. This is going to further prove our points. Okay, it says the nations will be judged. How is the Lord going to judge the nations? Through World War III. Okay, Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. This is the real fulfillment of prophecy of the true people, the true Israelites coming back to the Holy Land. This hasn't happened yet. Okay, and we know this hasn't happened yet because this is going to take place directly after a major event that nobody's going to miss. Okay. Verse 2. I will also at that same time, so at the same time that the Lord brings back the people of Judah and Jerusalem back to the Holy Land, right? He's also going to gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat. All right, meaning the Lord's judgment, right? And will plead with them and judge them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. You see that? So they parted the land. How did they part the land? You got Amalekites got one side, and you got Ishmaelites got one side, and they fighting over they're fighting over Jerusalem, they fighting over the whole thing, right? But it belongs to neither one of them. And they also had a hand in scattering the true Israelites. Okay, you have what is called the Arab slave trade, right? The Arabs also helped the Hamites, sell us, capture us and sell us. And Amalek had a hand in that too. Amalek owned the slave ships. They were some of the top slave owners in the Americas of not only Judah but of the Northern Kingdom as well. When you get into the history, okay. Verse 3, and they have cast lots for my people, meaning sold them, auction blocks, auctioning off our people. That happened during the transatlantic slave trade. Okay, that's how you know it's talking about the last days. It says it's just all talking about the last days. And when Yahushua came on the scene, that was the start of the last days. So transatlantic slave trade, that's part of the last day or latter day history or latter day prophecy. Okay. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot. They showed you that in the documentary / film Goodbye Uncle Tom. Okay. They showed you how in that movie that the slave masters used our young ones as sex slaves, and really they were into the little boys more than the little girls, and they would make the little boys they would paint them up with body paint, put earrings on them, make them act all feminine, right? And have given a boy, which that's a part of their history, having catamites. They showed you that in when you get into the history of Alexander and the Greeks, they were into that, which those Amalekites, that's what they got back to, the Greeks, the Edomite Greeks. Alexander, no, okay. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. And this is the key point right here, right? Yeah. And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine, right? This is who's inhabiting the land today. These Ishmaelites. Okay. And we said what the scripture says, Salakia, Zechariah 9, which you get 96. Look at the English Standard Version. It says, a mixed people shall dwell in Ashdod. because you got them Amalekites over there, and you got those Ishmaelites, and neither one of them belong there, fighting over something that is not theirs, right? So the Lord is saying right here, to hell with you Ishmaelites as well. Salakia. Well, so they're not innocent. Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. So it's nothing that you can do. All right. The Most High is going to judge you nations. You can't get out of it. So y'all can go fight and shoot rockets at one another. That's all biblical prophecy. But at the end of the day, the Lord is going to take you all out. All right. Verse 5, because, and this is the reason why, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. And who are the Lord's goodly pleasant things? The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians. Who are the Grecians? The Edomites. Okay. And when you get into history, that's what happened during the transatlantic slave trade. After the true Israelites were scattered after 70 AD, different parts of the world, mainly the western coast of Africa, this is where they settled, and Western Europe as well. At the time of the transatlantic slave trade, okay, was that around the time 1600, 1619, right? You had our people, Israelites, in the west coast of Africa, all right, and Ishmaelites got together, and they trapped us up. Even our people too. When you really get into it, you had a lot of Israelites that sold other Israelites as well. Okay, those different kings in Africa. A lot of them was Jake too, and those different tribes, warring tribes. But Ishmael and Ham definitely played a part in that. And they got to pay. They sold us to who? Esau, Edom. And when you get into it, a lot of them were Amalek. All right. When you get into who owned those slave ships and who held the stock in the actual trade, who actually funded it, who actually were the holders of those different insurance policies, because they had insurance on the slaves. When you get into it, that's they sold us his cargo. All right. It was Amalek. All right. That ye might remove them far from their border. How did they do that? Through the transatlantic slave trade, which was the fulfillment of Deuteronomy 28-68, which I quoted it, but let me just get it. Right? Why not? Right? Deuteronomy chapter 28. This is a prophecy of the Lord against the nation of Israel for their evil. The Lord said what? And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. We always go into Egypt, goes back to Egyptos, which is Greek, but it really goes back to Matazarium in the Hebrew, Mizraim, which is Matazarium, okay, which means double straits, meaning a hard place, stuck between a rock and a hard place, so to speak. And America is that spiritual Egypt, okay? And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. Who's our enemies? The heathen, the other nations. Starting with Esau, Edom. Okay, starting with Amalek. For bond men and bond women, and no man shall buy you, meaning redeem you or buy you or free you out of slavery. Okay, the only one that's going to do that is Yahweh Shai. All right, so we're stuck in this man's hands to this day. And when the Lord returns, like it says, if he that stealeth the man and selleth them, if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. So when the Lord returns, he's going to see us still in the hands of our enemies, and he's going to put them to death. All right. Verse 7, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, And where were we sold to the Western Hemisphere, the Americas? Okay, starting with the United States of America, which is, according to the scriptures, Babylon the Great. All right. Just to back that up, what's that? Zechariah 2? If I'm not mistaken, let me just search it. As a matter of fact, Micah 4. Why am I using this? Micah 4. And 10, be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now thou shalt go out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field. Meaning the Lord is casting us out of our land and into our enemy's land. And thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered. So the ultimate deliverance is going to come from Babylon. All right. That's why you have all these so-called, which, we call ourselves Hebrew Israelites. Esau likes to call us black Hebrew Israelites, which we're not black. We're the true Hebrew Israelites. That's why you have this great Hebrew Israelite awakening taking place in America, because this is all according to biblical prophecy. That's the Lord, like it says, like Joel said here, the Lord said through Joel, behold, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them. Like it also says, right, in the book of Baruch, I believe the 3rd chapter. Okay. Hold up. I think I'm overlooking it. Bear with me, Yakyam. Like I can't. Oh, maybe is it 2? What I'm thinking of, Baruch 2 and 30. I forget exactly how it's worded. There we go. Baruch 2 and 30. And I started 29. If you will not hear my voice, surely this. Well, let me start at 28. Shit. I was get to the point. Baruch 2 and 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is the stiff-necked people, talking about our people, right? And that's why the Lord put us in captivity, for being stiff-necked, for being hard-headed, for being wicked, right? Like it says in Amos 3, ye Israel, the only family, the only nation I know, therefore I will punish you for all your enemies, for your iniquities. And that's how the Lord punished us, by placing us under the heathen. All right. Baruch 2 and 30, it says what? For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. That's why in Deuteronomy 28, it says, I will do this to you. I will throw you in Egypt. Because the Lord already knew we was going to go off when he gave us the first covenant. Moses knew we was going to go off. We wasn't going to keep it. Right? But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves and shall know that I am the Lord their God, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before the Lord. Okay? So this is the fulfillment of prophecy that we're doing right now. When did those people over there remember themselves? Because according to them, they never forgot themselves. When were they in captivity? When were they in slavery and then remember that they were the true people of the Lord? They can't prove that. When did they go on slave ships? They can't prove that. The Bible is our book, okay? The Holy Scriptures belongs to You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the only ones that fulfill prophecy. These devils don't. Well, they do fulfill prophecies like Zechariah 9:6, and they're also going to fulfill Ezekiel 38 when the Lord nukes them. Okay, but let's keep reading. Verse 34, and I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their God, and they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. You see, so 1 + 1 = 2. If you can't get these scriptures, then you're just wicked. That's all. All right. As the scriptures say, his ways are plain to the holy, so they're stumbling blocks unto the wicked. So those people can't be the true people. The Lord ain't take them over there. The Rothschilds took them there, the elites, the devil. Okay. So how's the Lord's gonna do that with those chariots? But let's get some more, because we mentioned in Joel 3. Let's keep reading verse 8. And I will sell, back in Joel 3:8, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah, which that goes with Isaiah 14:1. When the true people of the Lord get back in the Holy Land, the people that oppressed them and the people that had them in slavery, they're gonna flip the script on them. Those people over there, they don't got no slaves. They are slaves to their own elites. Okay? And they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord has spoken it. All right, verse 9. Now, remember in Isaiah 2, we read how they would, once the true people get in the land, they're going to beat their swords into plowshares, meaning they're going to take the resources that were once used for war, and they're going to put them into farming, agriculture, okay, things that actually matter when your place is set, and it's no chance, no shot in hell of you ever getting into power. So just, grow some crops, feed your people, and chill the fuck out. Okay. Verse 9, Joel 3:9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. All right, this is talking about World War III. Eat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So the Lord is gathering these different nations into the Levant, into the Middle East, that the region. Okay, he's also drying up the valley of not the valley, the Euphrates River, to prepare the battleground. Okay, and the Lord is using those gutter rats to stir this whole thing up, right? This is Jeremiah 49, which is going into the destruction of Esau, Edom, right? This is the 20th verse. What does it say? Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom, which is the whole nation of Edom, right? You so-called white people, right? And his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman, which are the Germans, right? Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. The least of the flock is going to draw them out. Who's the least of the flock? Amalek. Okay, because they're the top tribe of Edom, which makes them the least of the flock. They're the basis of men. Because you have Edom, which is the most base nation, the least of all the nations, because they're the devil, right? And then Amalek is the chief of them, which makes them the least of the flock. Meaning out of the nation of all the nations, they're the least. Okay, shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them, meaning they're going to get their whole nation destroyed because they ain't got no chill, which really is talking about the elites, because the elites are Amalek. That's when it goes into Amalek, it's really going into the elites, but really all of them over there claiming to be us. So the elites is they're going to get their whole nation judged because what they're doing over there, they're going to really cause World War III to stir up. Okay, and the Most High is raising up nations like Russia, Iran, North Korea, China against uh, against America and against Israel, right? This is now I'm getting to Ezekiel 38, okay, which I'm gonna start a little up, and I'm gonna jump down, okay. This is what it says: prophecy about Gog and future invasion of Israel, right? Now we know Gog, Magog is Russia, okay, because just like we showed you in Zechariah how it says Philistines, but it's really referring to those that's not the ancient Philistines, but those that's dwelling in the land, calling themselves Philistines today. All right, so just like that, you have where it says Gog and Magog is not talking about the actual people of Gog and Magog, but the people that inhabit the land of Magog and Magog today, which are the Russians. Okay. Ezekiel 38:1, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Okay, which the apostle Tar brought out. When you go into Russia, it means what? Chief prince. All right. Ra'ashar. Okay. And prophesy against him and say, Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, and all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, meaning all of them possessing nuclear capabilities. Verse 5, Persia, which is Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer, Turkey, which just had I believe America shot down a Turkish drone, or a Turkey shot down a U.S. drone. Let me see. Or was it the reverse? Oh shit.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana.
Okay, U.S. military shoots down Turkish drone in Syria. So you see, right now they have intentions right now, which is this is showing you, as Yahushua said in Matthew 24. All right, it's going to be wars and rumors of wars. Let's go back. Okay, so Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. All right, that's talking about Russia, you know, leading these different nations to go to war against America, against Babylon the Great, and the fake state of Israel. Okay, and they're gonna shoot missiles over there, and ultimately NATO is going to turn its back on America and shoot missiles over there, which is the prophecy of the beast hating the whore. All right, because they're going to realize that it was them that got them in so much shit. All right, and I'm gonna jump down. Okay, because it's talking about America being destroyed. But I'm gonna jump down to where it says that, where it also speaks about that invasion of Israel, right? Okay, here we go. Ezekiel 38:18. And it shall come to pass at the same time when Gog shall come against the land of Israel, saith the Lord power, that my fury shall come up in my face. Okay, so this is talking about Russia shooting missiles on Israel. So it's going to happen. Verse 19, for in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel. What's that great shaking? It's talking about when those nuclear missiles drop. Verse 20, so that the fishes of the sea and the fowls of the heaven and the beasts of the field and all creeping things that creep upon the earth and all the men that are upon the face of the earth shall shake at my presence. Now, what's powerful enough to do that? We know when the Lord comes back, his presence alone is going to shake the earth, but it's really going to happen through these missiles being shot off through different parts of the earth. That's going to literally shake the earth. It's going to cause earthquakes, like it says in Revelation 11. Okay, a great earthquake. As a matter of fact, let me get that. All right, Revelation 11:13. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. Right, a 10th part of the city, meaning the whole land. Okay, talking about Babylon the Great. This is talking about the destruction of Babylon. All right. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were frightened and gave glory to the God of heaven. Verse 14, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. This is talking about World War III. The third woe is going to end with America being totally destroyed. And that's going to cause a great earthquake throughout the earth. All right. So let's read again Ezekiel 38:20. So that the fishes of the sea and the fowls of the heaven and the beasts of the field and all creeping things that creep upon the earth and all the men that are upon the face of the earth shall shake at my presence. And the mountains shall be thrown down, and the steep places shall fall, and every wall shall fall to the ground. There you go. Right. So Israel's gonna be catching the missiles too, because again, that land has to be cleansed for all the wickedness that's done over there. Like you have them damn alphabet parades and shit. Okay, but anyways, this also is adding to what it says judgment on the earth, Isaiah 24, which is going into the same thing, that earth being shooken up by those missiles. Right? Isaiah 24:1, behold, the Lord Yahweh maketh the earth empty and maketh it waste and turneth it upside down, right? Because when the missiles are shot off, there's going to be many casualties. All right? There's going to be billions of deaths. Okay? And maketh it waste and turneth it upside down and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. Verse 2. And then, I wanted to read that, showing you the earth is going to shake, right? And jump down. This whole chapter is good, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna get ready to shut this down. Okay. Isaiah 24:19, the earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean, dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. All right. And when it says clean, dissolved, you already know what that brings to mind. All right. This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 11. Well, 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. This is talking about when the Lord returns, is going to be that great fire. Like it says, Isaiah 66:15. The Lord will come with chariots. The Lord will come with fire and his chariots like a whirlwind. Okay, well, to render his rebuke with flames of fire, roughly paraphrasing. Talking about those chariots sending out fire and them nuclear missiles fire. All right. Verse 2, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, literally dissolved. What manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of God? So we, as harsh as these judgments sound, we supposed to be looking for them. We supposed to be in the spirit of wanting them to happen, so that the kingdom of heaven can take place, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. That's Judgment Day. All right, the culmination of World War III. So when we see these different events take place, we get excited because we know what that means. It's getting closer and closer to that day. All right. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. You see that? So we don't give a damn what happened to these people. We understand this world is on its way out. Okay, and we're looking for the new heavens and the new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, because there ain't no righteousness in this earth. The only righteousness, all right, is his word going out. Okay, that's it. Like Isaiah 24 and 20, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. That's physical. The earth is going to physically shake when these missiles are shot off, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, meaning who? The so-called Illuminati, the so-called elites, the international bankers, who are Amalekites. All right, so-called the 48ers. Okay, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, because they're going to escape the nuclear destruction. They're going to have their different bunkers and silos, underground military bases where they're going to escape the destruction, right? But it says what? And shall be shut up in prison, and after many days shall they be visited. So when the Lord comes, when the elect, because the elect are going to be saved through the chariots, all right? The Lord is going to physically save his people from that fire. They're going to go into, like it says a couple chapters over. Let's get it. Isaiah 26 and 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. So while the nuclear missiles are being shot off, the Lord is going to gather his elect with those so-called UFOs, the chariots, and they're going to go up into the heavens, the upper atmosphere, and escape that judgment. As the scriptures say, for if the righteous be scarcely saved, where shall the sinner appear? So it's going to be like a blink of an eye, as the scriptures say. Verse 21, for behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. All right. So going back, Isaiah 24. And that's pretty much it. I got everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, you got the point of this lesson. Shalom to you brothers on the comment board, bro. Put the gutter rats. This is GMS in his likeness. Shalom, brother. Psalm 7 and 11. The Most High judges the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day. And that wicked being those gutter rats, right? Exactly. He is angry with them every day. And the Lord is just getting started with these judgments upon you nations. So stay tuned for much more, Akim. All right, we're locked in to prophecy right now. Strap up, buckle up, because there's going to be a lot more to come. Okay, we have about October, November. It's about 3 more months. We're entering in the last quarter 4 of 2023. We're going to see what the Lord has in store and what type of judgment is going to take place in the beginning of 2024. All right. So that's pretty much it again. And Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Basham Yahushai, Basham Hakodash. Until the next one, Shalom.